Good morning, class. Am I being heard clearly? Are my audio and video clear on your end?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you loud and clear po.
All right. How about my PowerPoint presentation? Is it already visible?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, thank you for responding. In today's lesson, we will be witnessing different scenarios of people planning to go shopping in the mall or supermarket through our recorded dialogue. As you listen to those, you have to note as many singular and plural nouns as you can that the characters in that dialogue will be mentioning. Is repeating them twice enough for you to jot down all the singular and plural nouns in the conversation?
Yes po.
Alright, as we agreed, I will play each dialogue 3 times so you will have to listen very eagerly. In the first one, we will hear the conversation between James and Julie about the things they have included in their shopping list. Are you now ready to listen, class?
Yes po.
Okay. Please notify me if you can't hear anything when I play the recorded audio, okay? Here we go.
What's on your shopping list?
For tomatoes, 4 carrots, 2 kilos of potatoes, 6 oranges, some cherries, 3 kilos of mangoes, a box of strawberries, and 6 bottles of water. What about you?
I ought to buy 5 pizzas, 5 sodas, 2 kilos of blueberries, and 2 disposable trays.
Let's go to the supermarket together.
Sure.
Oh, wait. I have some extra eco bags here. Would you like some for you to carry your purchases?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay, one more.
What's on your shopping list?
For tomatoes, 4 carrots, 2 kilos of potatoes, 6 oranges, some cherries, 3 kilos of mangoes, a box of strawberries, and 6 bottles of water. What about you?
I ought to buy 5 pizzas, 5 sodas, 2 kilos of blueberries, and 2 disposable trays.
Let's go to the supermarket together.
Sure.
Oh, wait. I have some extra eco bags here. Would you like some for you to carry your purchases?
Yes, please. Thank you.
And for the last time,
What's on your shopping list?
For tomatoes, 4 carrots, 2 kilos of potatoes, 6 oranges, some cherries, 3 kilos of mangoes, a box of strawberries, and 6 bottles of water. What about you?
I ought to buy 5 pizzas, 5 sodas, 2 kilos of blueberries, and 2 disposable trays.
Let's go to the supermarket together.
Sure.
Oh, wait. I have some extra eco bags here. Would you like some for you to carry your purchases?
Yes, please. Thank you.
okay. Are you done processing the dialogue, class?
Yes po.
Who wants to be the first to recite the singular and plural nouns they have listed in their notes? Okay, Andre, proceed.
Some nouns that the characters have mentioned in the dialogue are mangoes, box of strawberries, 6 bottles of water, 5 pizza, 5 soda.
All right. If I'm not mistaken, you have mentioned 6 plural nouns that are included in the dialogue. What about Patricia? Can you please give the remaining nouns in the dialogue?
The remaining nouns are 4 tomatoes, 4 carrots, 2 kilos of potatoes, 6 oranges, some cherries, 2 kilos of blueberries, and 2 disposable trays.
Good job, everyone! Now, let us categorize each noun you have recited that James and Julie have said in the recent conversation. First, Julie mentioned that 4 carrots, 6 oranges, and 5 bottles of water are included in her shopping list. On the other hand, James said that he would buy 2 disposable trays and 5 sodas. What similarities have you noticed in these nouns? Yes, Patricia?
There are numbers to indicate How many nouns are there po?
Alright. Other observations, Andre?
There is also an addition of s.
Again, Andre?
Uh, there is also an addition of s in endings of the noun to make them plural.
Okay, very good observation, class. Because take note that to make the regular nouns plural, we just have to add s. You may be wondering why we did not add an s to the noun water. For us to know the reason why, let us first discuss the meaning of countable, uncountable, and partitive nouns. What are the countable nouns then? Can you please read this, Andre?
Countable nouns are things that you can count. When we say count, we mean adding things together. That's by pencils.
How about the meaning of uncountable nouns, Patricia?
Uncountable nouns are difficult to count or divide into separate parts. Uncountable nouns are also called mass nouns. The word mass refers to a large amount of a substance with no particular shape po.
Okay, thank you, class. Furthermore, partitive nouns are used to show that only a part of a whole or a piece of something is referred to. The partitive structure using a measure word is common with uncountable nouns, but it can also be used with countable nouns. For example, you can say a lot of feathers, a bottle of perfume, and a piece of paper. So, given all that meaning, why do you think we did not add an S to the noun water? Yes, Andre, why do you think so?
I think it's because water is uncountable. So we use bottles countable.
Okay, we used bottles to make it countable. Alright, very good. It is wrong to say 5 waters. We must add a partitive noun before it, like glasses, drinks, or as stated in our example, bottles. We can say 5 glasses of water, 5 drinks of water, or 5 bottles of water, but not 5 waters. Any questions so far, class?
None po.
Alright, let's proceed in classifying each noun that James and Julie have on their shopping list. Julie also mentioned that she is going to buy 4 tomatoes, 2 kilos of potatoes, and 3 kilos of mangoes. Compared to the first nouns that we have tackled earlier, what observation will you imply on these nouns tomatoes, potatoes, and mangoes? Yes, Patricia?
In the first nouns po, we just added an S while for the nouns tomato, potato, and mango, we added an ES to make them plural.
Excellent observation. Please remember that. Can you please read this, Andre?
If the singular noun ends preceded by es,
Okay. If the singular noun ends in O, preceded by a consonant, add ES to make it plural. Other examples of this statement are heroes, echoes, and volcanoes. Do you have any questions about this topic, class, before we proceed to the next one?
None po.
Okay. The only nouns left on James and Julie's shopping list that you have given are some cherries, a box of strawberries, 2 kilos of blueberries, and 2 disposable trays. Let us first focus on the nouns cherries, strawberries, and blueberries. The singular forms of these nouns are cherry, strawberry, and blueberry, right? Patricia, what have we distinguished in these nouns when we transform them into their plural forms?
There's a change of spelling po. We remove the Y and change it to IES to pluralize the nouns cherry, strawberry, and blueberry po.
All right, great. And that sums up the next discussion of singular and plural nouns, which indicates that if a singular noun ends in Y and the letter before the Y is a consonant, change the ending to IES to make it plural. Moreover, let us now pay attention to the noun trace. In this case, we did not add an IES to the noun trace, right? We did not spell it as TRAIES to make it plural, unlike the nouns cherries, strawberries, and blueberries. It is because if a vowel comes before the letter Y, simply add S after the noun. Do you follow, class?
Yes
Yes po.
po.
Alright, let's proceed to the dialogue number 2. Again, you have to jot down some plural nouns that the characters in that dialogue will be mentioning. I will ask each of you to give 3 later on. In the second dialogue, we will focus on the conversation between Emma and Peter about their plan before going to the mall's clothing stores to buy their necessities. Are you now ready to lend your ears to the second dialogue?
Yes po.
Okay,
Yes po.
here we go.
I need some new clothes.
Me too. I need some trousers and shirts.
I need shoes, a couple of scarves for winter, and 2 dresses. So let's go shopping this afternoon.
Good idea.
Let us first go to my favorite restaurant and fill our stomachs. I remember that Lana and George, our college friends, are the chefs there.
Sure. Let us surprise them in the restaurant later.
Then, let us go to the men's and women's clothing stores to buy our needs.
Okay. I'm sure this is going to be fun.
For the second time,
I need some new clothes.
Me too. I need some trousers and shirts.
I need shoes, a couple of scarves for winter, and 2 dresses. So let's go shopping this afternoon.
Good idea.
Let us first go to my favorite restaurant and fill our stomachs. I remember that Lana and George, our college friends, are the chefs there.
Sure. Let us surprise them in the restaurant later.
Then, let us go to the men's and women's clothing stores to buy our needs.
Okay. I'm sure this is going to be fun.
for the last time,
I need some new clothes.
Me too. I need some trousers and shirts.
I need shoes, a couple of scarves for winter, and 2 dresses. So let's go shopping this afternoon.
Good idea.
Let us first go to my favorite restaurant and fill our stomachs. I remember that Lana and George, our college friends, are the chefs there.
Sure. Let us surprise them in the restaurant later.
Then, let us go to the men's and women's clothing stores to buy our needs.
Okay. I'm sure this is going to be fun.
alright. Are you now ready to share what you have noted, class?
Yes po.
Yes po.
Okay. Patricia, can you give us the nouns you have jotted down?
The nouns I have listed according to the conversation between Emma and Peter are dresses, stomachs, and chefs po.
Thank you, Patricia. How about Andre? Can you enumerate the nouns you have identified in the dialogue?
The nouns that I have identified. Scarves, men, and women.
Okay. Thank you for your cooperation, class. I am glad that you have listened carefully to the 2 dialogues we have today. Now, let us scrutinize each noun that you have stated. The nouns dresses, stomachs, chefs, scarves, men, and women. Let us take a look at the noun dresses. This noun is one of the examples of the point that you have to bear in mind, which states that if the singular noun ends in s, ss, sh, ch, x, or z, add es to the end to make it plural. On the contrary, here is an exception to this claim: the noun stomachs. Andre, what differences have you observed between the pluralization of the nouns dresses and stomachs?
Added s to the added an s stomachs to make them plural.
Exactly. Very good, Andre. Even if the noun stomach ends in ch, it sounds like k, right? We cannot spell it as stomachs in its plural form. We only have to add s at its end to make it plural. Is that clear, class?
Yes po.
Then, let's move on the third noun. The noun chefs lead us to the next topic, which denotes that. Can you please read what is in the PPT, Patricia?
To form the plural of most nouns that end in F or FE, just add an S at the end of the word po.
Okay, thank you, Patricia. Similar to the topic before we proceeded to this one, there is also an exception to this statement, and that covers the fourth noun, scarves. It is said that to form the plural of some nouns that end in F or FE, change the F or FE and add ES. Patricia, can you please give another plural noun that ends in BES and construct a sentence about it?
Okay po, ma'am. The noun loaves po. In a sentence, I can say that I bought 4 loaves of bread po.
Great! Loaves is an excellent example of this topic. Moreover, we will study the remaining nouns men and women jointly because they fall under the same matter. Andre, can you tell us the singular nouns of men and women?
Uh, the singular noun of men is man, while woman is the singular form of woman.
Okay, good. But what difference have you observed in their singular and plural forms? We didn't even add an S or ES and such to make it plural.
Um, the nouns a man and woman have changed a vowel when they became plural, making them women.
Very good, Andre. The plural is formed by changing a vowel in this case, because it is said that. Can you please read what the last point conveys, Andre?
Some nouns convert into a plural by changing the vowel. By
All right. Other examples of this are the nouns tooth, teeth, and foot, feet. Is that clear, class? Do you have any questions or clarifications regarding the whole discussion before we begin our activity?
None po.
Okay, then let's start. Here's what you are going to do in your activity. First, you will pick 5 nouns in the box. Then, you have to convert them into their plural forms. And finally, you will construct a sentence containing those plural nouns you have converted. For example, I picked the noun mango, whose plural form is mangoes. In using it in a sentence, I can say that I ate 3 mangoes earlier. Do you get it, class?
yes,
There are exactly 20 nouns in the box for you to avoid choosing the same nouns. Do you think 3 minutes will be enough for you to prepare?
Yes po.
Alright, after 3 minutes, I will call each of you to recite your sentences. Your timer starts now. Alright, 3 minutes have passed. Are your sentences all set?
Yes po.
Great! Andre, would you like to be the first one to provide your sentences?
Okay po.
Okay, you provide your chosen nouns first.
The nouns I picked for are rice, paper, life, raspberry, and poppy. So here are the sentences I've constructed containing those. Jane had 3 cups of rice. I wrote an essay on 2 sheets of paper. Doctors save many lives. She bought 2 kilos of raspberries and Ellie has 5 puppies.
Very well. But can you tell us what letters you had added to the nouns raspberries and poppies to make them plural?
I added IES at their end to make them plural po.
Very good, Andre. Your pluralization and sentence construction are all correct. Rice and paper are uncountable nouns, so we should not add an S, ES, and such to make them plural. Instead, we use a partitive noun before them. In the first two sentences given by Andre, the partitive nouns are sheets and cups. Moreover, for the nouns raspberry and poppy, Andre is correct for replacing the Y's in them with an IES to make them plural. Good job, Andre!
Thank you po.
Now, let's hear from Patricia. Are you now ready to present your sentences, Patricia?
Yes po, ma'am. So the nouns day, toy, sandwich, butterfly, and water are my chosen ones to include in my sentences. Here are those po. First sentence, Monica will take a vacation for 5 days. Second, my little sister doesn't want to let go of her old toys. Third, Eva made 5 sandwiches. Fourth, we saw 3 beautiful butterflies in the garden. Fifth, Clarice bought me 2 bottles of water.
Okay, great! But can you tell us how you transformed the nouns day, toy, and sandwich into their plural form? Is your way of pluralizing all of them the same?
No, ma'am. For converting the nouns they and toy into their plural form, I only added an S po. While in the noun sandwich, I added an ES po.
Alright, good job, Patricia! Your pluralization of nouns and sentence construction are also correct. The nouns they and toy are regular nouns, so we simply have to add an S for them to become plural. Next, when transforming the noun sandwich into a plural form, we will add an ES. While in the plural form of butterfly, we erase the Y and change it into IES. Furthermore, just like the nouns rice and paper, the noun water is also an uncountable noun, so we use the partitive noun bottles. Well done, class! All of you got a perfect score today. I am glad that you have grasped the knowledge we had in our discussion. Do you have any questions or clarifications before we go?
None po.
None po, ma'am.
All right, then let's call it a day. Thank you for listening and your participation in today's meeting. Bye for now and keep safe.
Thank you po.
Thank you po.